Right, so hi everyone, I'm Sheila Favero. I'm a certified health coach with Take Shape for Life, and we have Jackie and Ronnie on the Zoom call with us tonight. And I asked them if they will tell a little bit about their story today, and I'll start with mine really quick. I had gained weight over years. It wasn't all at once. It was just a little bit at a time. And I tried lots of different programs and lost weight, and then I'd gain it back plus a little, and then I'd lose it and I'd gain it back plus a little. Kind of just decided I was going to be happy with what the size I was. But my body was telling me otherwise. My knees were hurting when I'd go up and down the stairs. I knew if I didn't hold that handrail, I was going down. And if I turned just a little wrong. So my knees were bothering me. It was hard if I'd get down on the floor to play with my grandkids. It's hard to get back up. And so I just decided, hi, Debbie. Hi. We're recording and we're just kind of telling our stories for a minute so we get to know each other better. So I was just saying that I'd kind of given up about being healthy. And I found this program, Take Shape for Life. And I was able, over a period of about 6 months, I was able to lose 55 pounds, keep it off, and it's been wonderful. It's changed my life. I'm out of pain. I have confidence again to be up in front of people, and I can play with grandkids on the floor, and it worked great. So, and Jackie, why don't you tell us a little bit about you now?
Okay. I had come to my wit's end, like many of us, that didn't feel good. I was always tired, and it was not fun. And so a friend of mine introduced me to Medifast. She had done it once before. And
okay, wait a second, Jackie. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Okay.
Somebody introduced you to the program.
Okay. Yeah, her name was Cindy, and she had done it once before and lost a lot of weight and really loved it, and then she tried it again. So I worked with her at the quilt shop, and she just kept telling me that it was a wonderful thing. So I'd had enough, and it was time for me to, I also had been on several other weight loss programs and had gained all the weight back and then some. And so I just started Medifast, and I've loved every minute of it just because it's easy for me, especially in the workplace. I have my things I can take that are easy and I can grab. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have to do a whole lot of thinking, which was great. I didn't want to have to count really calories either. And I just felt so much better, and the compliments from everyone is fabulous. And they want to know why or how I did it, and they always say, you look so wonderful. I feel better, and it's fun to shop in regular size clothes instead of plus size clothes, and it's been fun, and I can share clothes with my daughter, and it just makes, I'm just in a happy place.
Oh, that's good. So did you say how much you've lost?
I've lost 75.
That's wonderful. And I remember I met you in person. It's probably last June when I was up there. Mm-hmm. And so when I saw your face tonight on the video call, I didn't know it was you because you've changed so much since June. That's amazing. Yeah. And you've got a cute short new haircut too.
I do. Thanks.
So Ronnie, will you tell us your story? You up to it? Okay, let me.
Sure.
Okay, great.
So, I was the same way, constantly gaining weight, losing weight, gaining more weight. And I finally just gave up that I was ever going to lose weight again. And, but then the doctor told me, I needed a hip replacement. And so, but the doctor said he wouldn't do anything unless I lost weight, and so to prove him wrong that it wasn't just because I was overweight, I thought I'll show him, and I lost the weight. I met Sheila. She came in to get contacts, and we talked about it. And, and so since July, I've lost almost 40 pounds. And I did get my hip replaced, and I'm out of pain and walking like a normal person, and I feel great. And I think that that's some of my problem right now, though, is that I do feel great, and so it's hard for me to keep going, and hard for me to stay motivated to keep trying to lose more, because I'm not in that horrible place that I was. And right now I'm happy with where I'm at, and I don't know, I have a really hard time. I still want to lose about 20 more pounds, and I'm just having a hard time doing it.
Would you say it's that you're not miserable enough then?
Yeah, I'm not miserable enough, and that's and I guess that should be a good thing.
Yeah.
I shouldn't look at it in a bad way. It should be a good thing.
Okay, and that's let's kind of talk about that for a minute. Does anybody have any suggestions that would help Ronnie right now to get more miserable? No.
Oh, shoot.
Anyway, so Jackie, have you come to that point that you kind of felt like, where do I want to go from here, and what decide to do?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So I feel it. I feel it, because you do feel good. And you're like, okay, it's really hard to keep going, because you do feel good. And I think it's a mindset that I have to get into. And so I don't know. I don't know the answers, other than I know that when I get off the program, then I tend to creep back into thinking the way I did before, eating the way that I had done before. And I'm bound and determined not to go back where I was. Okay. That is the only thing that I think has been keeping me motivated.
Mm-hmm. So what if, instead of thinking about doing the program for losing weight, what if you thought about the program for staying healthy, or keeping out of pain, or all those things that you feel better about, your blood work, all those kinds of things? Instead of thinking I'm on a diet till I get to this point, what if we're thinking I'm going to eat healthy because I want to stay healthy? And it's not a destination that we're going to reach and then suddenly we know we're there, we've arrived, but it's something we know we're going to continue. I think sometimes when we put an end, like a finish line in front of us, then we try to put, because we can't really control how many pounds we come down or how many size, but we can control our behavior. That's the only thing we can really control. We can't control anybody around us, or the weather or anything else. We can control our behavior though. And so is there a way to celebrate the behavior? One thing that Debbie and Ronnie and I have done, Jackie, and I don't know if you're familiar with this, we're part of a challenge that's a 4-week challenge that we get points for doing healthy things. And that's kind of been a way to, what did we make this time? Were you guys winners last time? I was last time. And I think we won like $30 or something. But it's a neat reward. I won $30 because I stayed on program and I got my points, and that's good. So I'm going to unmute you for a minute, Debbie, and I don't know if you're feeling well enough to even talk to us. Debbie is not feeling the best today. And she can go into more detail if she wants, but plus you're going out of town tomorrow. So anything you want to share with us, Debbie, that you've learned along the way? Do you want to tell us your story to start with?
The reason I started is I had an episode last summer, and
I can't hear you very well, Debbie. Maybe can you get a little closer? Yeah. Somebody's cheering. Okay. Okay, that's good.
Anyway, I already had hypoglycemia, and then I was diagnosed with diabetes too. I wasn't sure how to control any of my blood sugar, and I was overweight. and I still am. I still have like 20, 25 pounds to go. I think I'm kind of like where Ronnie is. This last week I've had a hard time sticking to it. And I, well,
You know what, Debbie? I'm having a hard time hearing you. Raise your hand if you're having a hard time hearing Debbie. Yeah, it kind of sounds like you're in a washing machine. I don't know how to explain it. So it's kind of an echoey chamber, like it sounds like it's windy, like the wind's going through. Where do you talk into in your computer?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's happening, but we're not hearing you. So
Maybe some other way.
yeah. So I'm sorry, we're not hearing you very well. Can you hear us okay?
Fine.
Okay. So is it okay if I tell them your story a little bit?
Is there a volume button on her computer?
She can do what on her computer?
Well, there's a volume button on her computer. Can she play with the volume button?
Yeah. Do you see your volume button, Debbie?
As far as it'll go.
No.
Okay. No, we're not hearing you.
I don't know what the phone is.
Okay. So I muted you because it's just making a weird echo. Anyway, so Debbie was diagnosed with hypoglycemia, and so it was really important for her to keep her blood sugar constant. She'd been having a really hard time keeping it constant, but she's been able to level out her sugar and keep her blood sugar level. And with her doctor's appointments and things, they've been really happy with what's happened with her. And there's been some weight loss too. Like, have you lost 10 or 15 pounds, something like that? 20. She's lost 20 pounds. Okay. And it's an amazing thing because this gal, I've never seen anybody that has as many occasions that she does. She goes on biking trips and concerts and family things. She's on all the way. And what's amazing is usually through all those things, she'd have gained weight. But through it, she's been steady enough and healthy enough. She hasn't been perfect, but she's been so much better than she would have been a year ago. So through all those things, she's still lost 20 pounds. And so she's done really well. And her blood sugar's balanced. She's got the energy now. She babysits a great granddaughter. So she's done really well. So congratulations, Debbie. So let's talk about for a minute of some ideas of things. Our habit of health this week is the importance of support. And support's important as we're losing and as we're getting healthy, but also to stay healthy. So I want you to each be thinking of something you feel like you still need to change in your environment or something that's been difficult. So one client I talked to today said the difficult thing for them is that their partner comes and brings them cookies, all the time, and says, here, have a cookie. And she's like, I don't want a cookie. Don't offer it to me. And I shared with her, it's sometimes a frustration for the people around us because for years we've been just sitting right alongside with them and enjoying food. And now we're not. And they're it's still difficult for them because they're like, well, if I don't offer it to them and I'm having it, then it's kind of rude, but I'm not really ready to eat the way they're eating, so I'm not going to stop having it. But if I don't offer it, it's rude. If I do offer it, it's rude. So I think it puts the people we live around and that we hang out with, our friends that we go to lunch with, should they not order what they want to because we're not eating that? And so we put people around us. So what are some things we can do to help people around us feel at ease? That they can eat however they want. We're not going to judge them. We're not going to tell them what to do. And that we are strong enough that we're fine, no matter what their choices are. So for example, one thing that I found was really hard for me, I can control it about all the time, except on road trips, driving in the car, and you're contained in in a car, and then my husband's eating Doritos out of the bag. And I realized that. So that's the one thing I said, please, will you change when we're driving in the car together? Will you eat the snacks that I can eat? And so that's the one compromise that I asked him to do. And he's been really good about that. So have you guys had situations that you've been with people when you go to lunch, or, what are you doing to help your support be not just right now, but to help you be long-term? So Ronnie, how have you handled, like at your workplace? What's happened?
Well, I eat lunch with the same people every day.
Mm-hmm.
And they pretty much think the same way I do. And, so they bring their lunch from home, and they, eat vegetables or salads or, and that. And so I'm usually not around the people that go and get McDonald's and the Burger King and things like that. And the other people there also know that if they are going out to eat, they don't ask me if I want them to bring me back something, and that, because I know I'm not going to get it.
Okay, that's good.
And
was it like that at first, though, or did it take them a while to kind of realize you're serious?
it took them a while to figure out that I wasn't going to eat it.
Yeah.
And then when we have our potlucks, I'll bring like a vegetable tray, or like at the last one I brought a fruit tray.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and the funny part is that the fruit was all gone, but the cinnamon rolls and the cookies and the cupcakes and that took all day to have people eat them all, but the fruit was all gone early. And and so people see that I bring other stuff,
that's
that's to the potlucks that aren't just the sugar. It's a lot of vegetables and stuff that's better for you.
Okay, Jackie, so what has worked for you to control your environment and get the support from the people around you?
I have been supported from my family and at my workplace. Everyone at work is very supportive, and we always go somewhere that I can get a salad, and they don't tempt me at all. And so it's been great. And I've been able to, if they go to a certain spot, then I'll just say that I always have my backup.
Mm-hmm.
And I think most everyone that I work with are all wanting to be healthy as well. So it makes it easy.
Yeah, that's good.
So we brought things to share, vegetables and that to share. And it's been good. So.
All right. So have you each been able to, in your mind, change your pattern of thought that you used to have of, I'm going to get to here and then I can go back to that it's something that you're going to have to think about the rest of your life?
Oh, yeah.
And I've told all of you this, that we look at healthy people and they have treats from time to time, but they don't have treats as their meals. They don't skip meals and eat only donuts. They eat healthy food and then have a donut, half a donut, or whatever. So some people, though, that I've met in this program have just been able to say, I'm never going back to any of that stuff because it makes me sick. I try to eat something sweet and I get a headache. I feel sluggish. And maybe you've all had the experience that you've had kind of an off day with the program and you felt lousy after. You realize, I used to feel this way all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so now you're feeling better. You realize when you don't feel good. Well, I just looked at the clock and it's time for us to close. Does anybody have any questions or things that they'd like to add? Okay. So Jackie, we're already a week into this challenge that we're doing, but it's something maybe you'd want to do with us next time, or you could hop on if you want, if you're feeling you need the support. But I think you're in a place that you've really got the good support. It's just a fun way to have a way to check in that you're doing your your daily habits of health. And then they have little videos along the way. And so it's a way every day to keep your head there. So it's there if you'd like it. It's a great tool, but it's completely optional. Okay. So thanks, Debbie. Thanks. You guys are both really good points right now. Debbie's our point leader on our team. And you're right up there, Ronnie. Good job. All right.
Okay.
Thanks. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.